Hey, everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Grief. This is the City of Hearts where we deep dive into real conversations. We explore raw emotions and hold space for the parts of grief that most people don't want to talk about out loud. This is where love, loss, and anger, and healing and truth all gets a seat at the table. And I'm so happy to have you all with me on this evening. I have a special guest with me by the name of Tequila, but I call her Phoenix. So you're gonna hear me say Phoenix all night long, okay? But Phoenix has a remarkable story, and she is brave and bold enough to share her story with the world because she knows that her story can help someone else. So without further ado, I will bring Phoenix to the stage. Hey, beautiful.
Hi.
How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I got a little bit of hot flutters right now, but it's okay.
That's okay. Look, I get them, and I'm the host, so it's perfectly fine. I just want us to have a conversation tonight. We on FaceTime. It's just us. We just chilling. That's it. That's all. Okay.
That's it. That's how.
That's it. That's all. So I want to say, hey, cuz, thank you for tuning in. That's my cousin right there.
Hey, Toots.
So I want to first thank you for being here. Before we begin, what feels most important for you to share tonight?
Well, it's a lot that I want to share, but I want to kind of start with inner child at least because, like, everybody, that's something that everybody has going on right now. And I noticed that it comes up in our adult life, and we don't know why some of these things come up in our adult life. We're triggered from things that happen with grandma, mama, auntie, and daddy used to say and do to us, and we take it out on our significant others, or we take it out on our friendships. And I just want to touch bases on those. If you want to
Yes,
open up another can of worms, we could do that too.
absolutely. And I love that you said that. You come straight out the gate with it tonight, Phoenix. I love that because a lot of people don't realize that toxicness and all of that extraness you bringing up into your adult that's coming up in your adult life, that ain't nothing but things that you didn't address in your with your
Mhm.
inner child. So I love that you said that, and we definitely finna deep dive into that. But before we do, I want people to understand, give them a little backstory of who you are in your story. So when you think of grief, what comes to mind first?
Well, when I
And we
think
gonna
of
talk about grieving the inner child. So come on with it.
when I think about grief, because I went through this a lot growing up. Like it really a lot of my adult life was stemmed off of it because I always realized that I always say I'm this way because of my mom. I'm this way because of my mom. I'm this way because of my mom. And then I started to look at it differently when people was like, you always mentioning your mom. So what are you gonna do about it? I'm like,
Mm,
dang, everybody keep throwing that up in my face. Maybe I need to change me. Maybe I need to change
yes,
what's in me in order to prevail over all these obstacles that I'm going through and stop just pointing the finger. And
absolutely.
with that being said, I noticed that once I got to a certain age, I learned that because I always blamed my mom and I always said I wouldn't be like my mom, I kind of stepped into those shoes eventually. And that hurted like hell. That hurted me like hell. I was like, that part of me, it it hurted me because I saw what I was putting out into my kids' life. And when I saw that, it was like, I got to change. And once I started asking for peace in my life, but this peace didn't just start from just, experiencing that I was doing what to my kids what my mom did to me. And it was only because what she got and what her mom got, and they didn't know no better. Because they didn't know no better, they couldn't produce anything better. And now I'm the one showing that there is better out there and we can go through it. So
Phoenix, when I say you almost threw this pillow that I got beside me, girl, when I tell you, you have said a lot of things. And you know what? We gotta just we gonna go back and we gonna slow it down because I got time. You got time?
I got time.
Okay, because this is a conversation that is needed. First of all, you spoke about the traumas and how it show up. Our inner child shows up in our adulthood today. And
Mhm.
that's absolutely correct. But most people aren't aware of that. So how did you correction? Let me go back. Before we even answer that question. When someone told you you always mentioning your mom, you always mentioning your mom, how did that make you feel? Because I've experienced that as well. Did that was that your pivoting point for you to say, you know what, it's a root to this. Let me get to my root of my issues, my problems.
That was the start, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how. It
Yeah,
took me one of my relationships to realize that I wanted peace more than anything in the world. I was like, I'm sick of this. All this that he's putting me through, all that I've been through. I'm sick of this. So
yes,
I want peace. Once I dove into wanting peace, I started within the relationship spending time with myself, and that pushed that person away even more. Because that pushed him away more, I was like, good, because now I get to focus more on me. And then that's when it started getting uglier and uglier, and then we broke. So once
yeah.
we broke, I found Miss Tina on TikTok. When I found Miss Tina, let me tell you, every question was a why. After you answer her question, it was a why. Why? And I was like, dang, I didn't know it was a why behind the why, behind the why, behind the why. And then that's when it
Yes.
cracked. I was like, oh my God.
And that's how I learned. And most people don't know that. It's that one simple question that unlocks a whole new world for you. That's how you, and I'm so grateful that you said that. So, this is a disclaimer when people say, I don't know how to heal, I don't know how to do the work. Yes, you
Mm-hmm.
do. Ask yourself one question: why? And when you answer that question, ask why again,
Mm-hmm.
and why again. And guess what? You're going to get to the root of that problem, of that trigger, of that
Of the
trauma.
trigger. Mm-hmm.
And once you're aware of it, that's the healing part of it. Come on, man. That's the healing part of it. Once you're aware of it, now you can shift it. Now it no longer has to control you. You got the power. You took the power back.
I
Girl,
did.
that's why we was having technical difficulties because this conversation was needed and
So,
they was trying to stop it, but you can't stop that. You can't stop
not at
something
all.
aligned. Absolutely.
It was power
Oh
in this message.
yes, power in this message for sure. So I want to also talk about how you realize that the more you fought against being like your mom, you saw your mom within yourself. And I want to talk about that because I experienced that myself. And it was a hard pill to swallow. Like I spent years of my life saying, I ain't gonna be like my mama. I ain't gonna be like my mama. And then I was the mini her, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so
And
I
that
made the conscious decision to be like, okay, it also made me give my mama grace.
yes. Yes. I
It
had
also
to call my mom one day and I had to just because I had been calling her throughout my whole. Once I realized a certain point in my journey where I had to
Mhm.
understand her viewpoint as well, I had to call her one day, and I was like, I know she been hearing the shift in my conversation is more enlightening. It's more like I don't do those things anymore type of conversations. And I was like,
Mhm.
you know what, mom, I understand everything that you done and why you done it. And I just want to give you grace. I really want to tell you I love you and you did what you could with what you had. And that's how and it got quiet. And I knew that was like, okay, okay. It wasn't like a bad thing or a good thing. It was like she was trying to process it.
Yes,
Trying to process.
absolutely. Because you unlock something within her. We don't realize that when we do our own healing, we don't have to force it on anyone with words because what we project out, what we model, is contagious. They're gonna pick it up anyway. They gonna want to know how did she get from here to here, or why is she? I know she used to be angry, bitter, this and that, and now she's totally different. What shifted her? How did she get there? And that's why it's
Mhm.
imperative to share your story. I'm so happy we decided to have this conversation tonight. I got chills over here, and I'm just like, because I didn't know what way Spirit was gonna take the conversation. But right out the gate, it's clear and it's evident and it's much needed. It's
Much
much
needed.
needed.
Much
Absolutely.
needed. Like
So
I told you, I've been told several times by Miss Tina by I think it was Rita. It was so many people kept telling me I have a story to be told. And I'm
you
like,
do.
I don't know where where it's coming from, but I believe you. When I understand, I come to it.
Yeah. So we kind of went a little ahead. We jumped into the power of your story. So let's go back so we can give the world your story. Let's give them a backstory of how what you went through and how you got to this point. We ain't even going because we got time, so don't even worry about how you got to this point. Just tell us what your journey along the way, because I know it's a lot of childhood trauma.
Hmm.
You got the
So
flow, girl.
so basically as a child, in every brown community, every brown family, I know this happens. I wasn't just spanked, as everybody say. I didn't just get belt to ass, as everybody say. Things were thrown at me. It was a stitching cords that was being used on me and stuff like that. But again, it wasn't just because it was just done. I did do things, but that was how she decided to react and discipline me. So I'm not saying that my mom is a completely bad mom. I'm just saying her choice of discipline, that's was what she did. So it was
I
times where,
want to
huh?
say something. We gotta pause right there because that was profound within itself. I literally just had this conversation with someone the other day because we feel belt to ass spankings is natural, and it's not. It's not. It's an oppressive mindset that was passed
Mm,
down for generations to generations. Master put belt to ass. Master put stitching cords on our ancestors. And guess what?
mm-hmm.
They knew that it was a form of what? Control. It's a
Mm-hmm.
form of getting the control that you desire to have. So guess what? They started putting belt to ass. They started whooping ass and stitching cords, and I ain't gonna lie, whatever was in the room, if I did
Exactly.
it got chunked at my ass. And even now, today, it shows up as it's okay. And it's not okay. It's okay to discipline your child, but it ain't okay
Say that. actually put harm.
harm to your child. And that's
Mhm.
still, that shows you how much oppression has
Has
just
affected the brown community in itself.
for generations. And it's up to us now to break that.
Generational breaker.
And I want to talk to you before we move forward because you said something earlier. You said how it affected you and your child. It
Mm-hmm.
affected me as well, you and your children, and how you parented your children, the things that you experienced your mom. And the people don't understand that conditioning is it's real. It can be
Mm-hmm.
positive, it can be negative, but it's real. Conditioning and oppression is real. For me, my daughter, I used to put belt to ass
Mm-hmm.
because that's how I was raised. I was raised, your child do something that you don't like, whoop their hands. But it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
until my daughter, she had to been around 7, and I got ready to put belt to ass because she was my fighter. She gonna fight me. She gonna run me around the house. I'm gonna get a good workout trying to whoop her ass. Then she gave me a look of fear, and to me, it looked like hatred. And I dropped that belt,
Mm.
and my children after that, whoopings was done for because something unlocked in me that made me know this is not okay. And
Mm.
so it unlocked with me when my children were that age. And I of course, I still carry guilt for the times that I did whoop their ass. They probably needed it though, because how they talk to me, sometimes I be like, y'all need the ass whoopings.
Right.
But I took a different approach with raising my children once I became aware that that's not okay. That's not
Mm-hmm.
okay for your child to have that much fear in you. Because the look she gave me, she probably took my ass out of her in a few years if I would have continued down that road.
Mm.
I digress. I'm gonna give you the flow
And,
back there. But
and then on top of that, you had the scripture, oh, you spare the rod, you spare the child. Like,
in that scripture, they take it literal, but it doesn't, that scripture is not meant in the way that it is received.
and that's
Sparing,
another reason why I'm dissecting the Bible for myself.
yes. Thank you. There you go. You got to study to show yourself. That's self approved. Absolutely. Because and that's what I did. I thought that was literal. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That ain't what that meant. Now you can spare the rod without doing your job as a parent
Mm-hmm.
to train them and show them the right way. You know,
Train them up in the way
um,
they should go.
exactly. But just because you ain't whooping their ass don't mean you spoiling the child. But I digress, and we gonna give you the flow back to finish telling your
And
story.
with that being said, it's an environmental thing because I've seen kids who actually listen and do things they parents say without getting a whooping. I've noticed like within the change of just moving around a lot. I noticed that my kids did react different to the different environments and the kids that's in the schools that they were going to in those environments. And that is what influenced their behavior a lot when they came back home. Because I know I'm teaching one way at home, but then you come back a different child every time. So it's like, it's not what I was teaching, is what they was picking up.
Hmm. And that goes back to nature versus nurture. You know, your environment plays a part in your upbringing, not just the people, but the environment, the emotional energy in an atmosphere. Like it's complex as hell to be a human.
Hmm. As you say, human.
It is complex as hell to be a human. And that's why I wholeheartedly don't believe that We were put here just to work a 9 to 5 all day, every day.
Mm.
No, that 9 to 5 is designed to keep you from knowing
Who you
thyself.
truly are.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. It's the disconnect from who you truly are.
And
Yes.
I can't push that enough to people that I'm surrounded by. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm nuts. They think I done fell off the the rod or something, broke my head. Like I done went ape shit. I mean,
You ain't by yourself. They look, I am the outcast, if you want to call it that. But it's okay because I'm walking in my truth, my belief.
exactly.
I no longer have those crossed up wires when I'm sitting in the church and I'm praying and I'm so into it and I want something to just unlock for me to make me be like,
And it's
oh,
not.
I got it. It doesn't. I walk out of there just as confused as I walked in, you know?
And then
Um, so if I gotta be the crazy lady to walk in my truth and to have peace within, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it.
see, I understand that. Trust me. And half of the time, I be doing some seems to be off the wall stuff. I go
Yeah,
outside, I dance in that rain, I play in my garden, I I do it all. I go if I'm just walking to the store and the store is right down the street, I dress up and I'm coming right back to the house.
I
I'm
gotta
like,
get there. I gotta get there for sure. Now I have been, and I'm so grateful. I now have a place to make me a garden. So I'm excited about getting out there in the dirt and just, soiling the tea. I'm just excited to be able to connect back with nature
it's
because
beautiful.
that's why we have all these apartment complexes. It's to
To
keep
keep
you
it away.
disconnected
Hmm.
from nature. There was no way
They
you
don't they don't even know that that's not even the only way. We could go to the beach. We could
Yes.
go to the beach.
Yes.
So just because you try to knock all the trees down is not stopping us from getting to where we need to be.
Absolutely. I just went to the river. I go to the river often because I don't have the beach around. Lord, I wish I could go lay on the beach, but I go sit at the river a lot and I collect river water, or I just take my hands and my feet and put it in, and a lot of people say that water nasty. Well, guess what? That water you drinking got out of that fire got a whole bunch of chemicals in it. So I'm gonna take my chance with the
Hmm.
river, you know. So,
It
so
ain't nothing but fish, sperm, and eggs. And
right, just a little some, just a little season.
there you go.
So let's go back to the mother. I know that a lot of your childhood trauma stem from your mom, but I don't know what stemmed from your father. Would you like to touch on the grieving parts of your childhood with both of your parents? And I'm gonna be quiet and let
Well,
you talk good.
I lost my father at the age of 2 to murder. So I was growing up without my biological father. When I turned, I believe I was 5. I think I was like 4 or 5 years old when I was introduced to my stepfather, which I call my dad. Um, he was he was like a jokester slash it was a little bit of everything, but I know like a lot of the name calling he did when I was a childhood, it stuck and it hurt. It was like when I wanted to express myself, and I couldn't really express myself all the time to my mom because as a kid, after a while of so many times of trying to express myself to my mom, I realized like her reactions would startle me or shut me up and shut me in. So when I did tried to overcome it, what I did was just burst out laughing. I could not control the laughing, but God, I didn't know what was going on. All I'd be like, Mom, I need to talk to you about something. It was insane.
It
But
was a
when I was,
defense mechanism that your body
huh?
naturally developed.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Defense mechanism.
I would express myself to my aunt, and my aunt, well, I somehow it'll get back to my mom from my aunt, and they'll get wind of it. My stepdad would get wind of it as well, and he began to say I was Cinderella, because I was just saying I felt like I was being a little mistreated. I felt like I was being treated differently than my little sister, and my little sister was his actual child. So it was just that was going on. And it was a couple of times where my mom felt like maybe she needed to have a talk with me about him. And I was like, in my head, I was like, it was really nothing wrong with our situation. It's just that I didn't feel connected to him. It wasn't nothing like there. And like she would get mad. I'm like, no, I don't think, what did I say? She asked me, was he a good guy, or something to that effect. I think I was 8, 9 years old. She asked me, was he a good guy, to a good dad or whatever, and I was like, I don't think so. And she just rah, 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 rah. And I was like, I thought you wanted to know how I felt. So that kind of a lot of those times had came up, like it was nothing for me to say. So it ruined the mother daughter bond. I can say that it totally ruined the mother daughter bond. And with that being done, she she didn't realize that she was pushing me more towards the direction of my auntie. So I favored my auntie a lot. I always wanted to be with my auntie. I adored and loved my auntie. Found out my auntie was actually my godmom. So when I started calling her mom, it just felt natural.
Mhm.
Um, I know she still loves and cared for me. It was just situations in life. Like I realized, and that's another thing we don't realize. We don't realize that our kids are actually watching and listening.
Yes.
I realized that she was kind of struggling a bit when it came to money,
Mhm.
paying bills, borrowing money, and
Mm,
stuff like that. She didn't realize I see, I hear. I'm not trying to hear, but I hear it. And I'm
mhm.
trying to ignore it, because what I was told was I was supposed to stay in a child's place. You better
Yeah.
not be eavesdropping and stuff like of that nature. So it was just like,
I I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for this conversation because a lot of people feel that when we talk about trauma, it has to show up in these big grand ways, such as like essay or the other ways of showing up. And you literally you had what is considered on the outside a natural family dynamic, a two-parent home, your sibling, they putting food, clothes on your back, food on the table, and we feel like that's it, that's enough. But what is going on with the emotional, physical, mental, spiritual things of that household affects and molds that child into the person that they are. You
mm-hmm,
know, I'm quite sure it's some serial killers out here that had two-parent households too. We don't consider that. And I took it there. I took it far with that because we don't realize that it's the small things
that
that
lead up to it. Yeah.
that leads up to it. So I'm grateful that we are having this conversation because we share more of a similar story than I knew, Phoenix. I went through the name calling, and it affects me to this day. I'm still working through that. Every time I feel like I have worked through a layer of that and I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
it'll show up again. And then I gotta sit with it and work with it again because it ain't all the way there. And for you, it was your stepfather who was calling the names.
Mm-hmm.
It was my mom. And
I
that
mean,
deep.
Mama kind of called me on my name too, but it's okay. You go
But
ahead.
then it was like, and it would be the little things like you fat, you black, you ugly, you this, like that stuck with me for so long. I'm just now at my big old age of 41 building my confidence to the level where now I hold my head up high. Do you know how many years I walked around with my head down low?
Wow, how
Because I
many?
didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel look. I felt like I was the ugliest thing walking. So when people told me I was beautiful, I cringed because I couldn't receive it because I didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I walked around with my head down low. Not only that, it shaped and molded my relationship with me, and I let men walk all over me
Mm.
because I felt like I wasn't good enough to get what I deserved. I settled. So just those little small moments impacted me for a lifetime. Now, let me just put this disclaimer out there. You niggas get tried today. Yeah. Because now I know, but I had to build that worth up in myself. I had to build my own confidence up in myself. And guess what? Now it's on firm foundation. And ain't none of you motherfuckers turning it down. Period.
Period.
There.
But I feel you. Trust me. It's a little mine exactly what you said. Our story is a little bit similar because what molded me from my relationships is the fact that I witnessed my my stepdad, well, my dad and my mom doing a lot of fuss a fight, argue, hearing bum 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 bum, all that, hearing
Mm,
that constantly. And then next
mm,
thing you know, everything's peaches and cream. We smiling, laughing, giggling. It's like, okay, so that's what love is, huh?
yes.
So that's what I held on to. So when I got in those type of situations in my relationships, I stayed,
Mm,
not knowing how freaking toxic that was.
yes.
I was like, bro, like I'm telling you, the last one that I had living in with me, when I went through that with him, I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna keep going through this. I'm done. Like I don't feel no type of worthiness in me
Mm,
going through this. I went through I had realized later on I had went through a depression being in a relationship with him. All the other ones that was like that, I didn't go through depression.
mm-hmm,
But him exactly, I went through a depression stage. And I didn't realize until I went through all my pictures. Like I had pictures of me looking like this. Like what the heck? I smile in every picture. Why I look like
mm-hmm.
that?
It wasn't
It was
happy.
ugly.
Yes.
Ugly.
Yes. And I can relate. And that's just how things affect us. Even the smallest things affect us. So, at what point did you realize your childhood experiences were impacting your adult life?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. At what point did you realize your childhood experiences were impacting and possibly becoming detrimental to your adult life?
When I realized that. That last relationship and after the situation with my daughter. I'm gonna be very transparent now because this is somewhat a sensitive subject, but I realized I avoided family, friends, and everyone else because of this situation. And I went into a place to myself, and it was an ugly place. I didn't like being there. I felt alone. So I'm gonna share it. I had because my mom kind of did some of these similar things to me. I had literally punched, spanked, choked my daughter on a day she had disrespected her teacher. Like literally, she was just supposed to be doing an essay, a pre-writing essay,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up coming home like no, her dad had kept calling me that day. And I was like, I'm not talking to him because I wasn't talking to him. I was like, I feel like he's trying to, make his way back in. So I ended
Mm-hmm.
up answering the phone. When I answered, he was like, "Oh, the teacher keep calling saying Tiana did something." Da, da, da. I was like, "Okay, let me call a school." I called a school, spoke to her exactly. She told me that nothing was going on. She don't know why the teacher had called me, and that maybe her daddy was trying to make some moves on me. And I was like, I should have picked up on it then. Like she was too slick with the words. Maybe he tried to make some moves on you, mama. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then I had tried to reach the teacher again. No, I had reached back out to him. I was like, why you lying? Like, ain't nothing going on at school. He was like, why, Tequila? Why would I lie? Why would I lie on our daughter? I was like, dang, that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, I'm being too trustworthy of this little girl, and she had showed me down the line that she'd been acting out in school. So why would I believe her now? Even though
Mm-hmm.
she was trying to act like a saint at this new school, but
We know.
otherwise what's happening.
We know our chat.
So I went out to the school. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna make no more phone calls. I went out to the school. I asked the secretary, can I speak to the teacher? The teacher was like, she texted me. She said, hold on, because I would have had to wait for her to go through the secretary to make a meeting, a meeting appointment conference.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he said, hold on. So I waited. She waited till after the school bell rang. She came to me. She like, well, Tiana had a pre-write test. She didn't complete it. All she did was a run on one sentence. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah. So when she had turned the paper over, I thought she was finished. And I was like, oh, she got 35 minutes left. Let me go check her paper if she's done. She said she went to check the paper. It was just that sentence. She said she told Tiana my daughter some pointers on how to fix it and work on it. She said my daughter flipped the page over again and just sat there like F you. Okay.
Yes.
So then she was like, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call your mom. She just sat there. She was like, okay, I'm gonna call your mom and I'm gonna give you a zero. Zeros is 4 F's. So she was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna call your mom and give you a zero. She just sat there. So I was like, I'm looking at my daughter. I'm looking at the teacher. I'm like, what? I'm like, we don't do that. So I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what up when I get home. She said, don't do that, mom. She said, don't do that, mom. I don't know why. I felt like that day was a game changer. Cause when she said that, don't do that, mom. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what you mean don't do that? But anyway, I ended up taking her home. I did not do anything. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to the teacher. I'm gonna listen to the teacher because maybe if I do something, it's gonna turn into something else. Took her home. I said, you know what? Since you seem to have an issue with formulating sentences and paragraphs to write a pre-writing essay out, and there's an writing test coming up, how about you read a book? Read it. If you read it, maybe you can see the format, maybe you can see how to construct a sentence, and you can get through it when it's time. So I said that, and I told my son the same thing. Read a book. I went to my room and I started reading a book and like trying to decompress, trying to calm down from everything that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that intuition, something not right. I get up, walk out, walk to the living room. Here she go jumping with the phone in the hand, and then she's trying to fix herself, going to the kitchen. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? She was like, I said, don't even lie. You jump, you showed signs. Whatever it is, just tell the truth. Because all I want y'all ever to do is tell me the truth. And that's all I've been telling y'all. She was
Mm-hmm.
like, I was on my phone. I was on my phone playing games. I was like, I said, really? I just wanted you to read a book for like 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That's all. Because I remember I had told him to set a timer too. So anyway, after that, I told her, okay, since you couldn't even complete that, how many minutes left on the clock? Okay, whatever remaining minutes on the clock that you have on your timer, give me some wall squats. Get on the wall, squat with your arms out. Boom. So after
Mm-hmm.
that, she was like, oh my God, it hurt. I said, what you thought it was going to do?
Right.
What you thought it was going to do? That's what it's supposed to do. It's serving its purpose. Good. So
Mm-hmm.
she's sitting there doing the wall squats, doing the wall squats. I'm like, hey, you better not fall. She
That
was like,
part.
she's like, man, it hurt, it hurt, it hurt. Key verbatim, man. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
could talk to our mama like that back then.
And I love
Like,
the fact that you had her to do the wall squats because guess what? Them wall squats hurt just like you hurt me right now. You know?
exactly.
Yes. Come on. Keep talking, Tequila.
So then she started sinking down slowly. She's like, I can't stay up. Like I said, you better figure it out. Get up, get back up there. Get back up there. All you gotta do is the remaining of the time. The remaining of the time. Next thing you know, sister girl sat on the floor. That blew me. I was like, I know this girl didn't sit on the floor. She sat on the floor. She sat on the floor. She just literally disrespected me. Now I gotta switch up. I gotta do something else. Something else gotta happen
Mm-hmm.
because it ain't working. So now I'm like, dang, now I gotta go to the belt. Gotta go to the belt. What I was trying to avoid. I rarely spank my kids too because I didn't want to do all that. Like
Mm-hmm.
they both knew it took them three times before I even can pull out a belt. And half the time I think they was counting. Okay, I pissed mom off one time. I pissed mom
Mm-hmm.
off two times. Okay, let's start the clock over again. Hold up. But
Right.
I went to the room. I got the belt. I popped the bam on the thigh. She looked at me and I was like, get up and get back in the squat position. She looked at me again. I said, pop, right back over the leg again. She looked at me again like, I'm like, I went to pop again. She grabbed the belt. I lost it again. I'm like, dog, what the what
Mm-hmm.
is going on? What is going on? Is this girl rising up against me? I'm like, what's next to do? My mind freaked. And I did the most insane thing. I can tell you it was insane. I reached down with my teeth. Arr, let go of that belt. She let it go. And I went to do it again. She grabbed it again. I was like, fuck. I don't know what's going on. So because I was already mad, the fact that she disrespected the teacher. She didn't do the 15-minute read. She didn't do the squats, and then she looked at me like you trying me by hitting me with
Mm-hmm.
that. I ran out of option, and I was blown in my head. I was full of rage at that point. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to going back to bum 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 and folding in and stuff like that. And it wasn't like I was like attacking her face or anything. I really was trying to
Right,
like
you did
hurt
DDT her.
like like chick, listen. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing any of this. to hurt you or harm you. I want you to freaking listen.
Exactly. And that's so easy to resort to. Cause I'm guilty of that. I DDT yo. Cause you got me messed up. I'm finna go on and stop. But at that point, she's disrespected you. She's disrespected the teacher. And she's showing you she straight donkey. And if we have been taught emotional intelligence, if emotional intelligence was a part of our upbringing, instead of triggering us to go to the rage, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
guilty of it as well, it the positive trigger would have been it's something underlining this. Now let me sit down with my child and have a conversation and get to the
Conversation,
root
right?
of what's going on. And that's why I scream emotional maturity and emotional intelligence matter. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
once in your shoes, like not once, many times. And it wasn't just with my children. It was with anybody who was in my presence. And I felt that way. I'm ready to tear the club up, literally. And I felt that was okay. But my root of that stemmed from my father. I
Mm.
watched my father with the physical abuse. I received it. I watched him give it to other women, and so it was common, and I felt as if it was okay because it was a natural response in
Mm.
my childhood. And it took for me to become an adult and realize ain't nothing normal about this shit.
Nothing. And
I
it's funny you said root cause because after all that, she went to school, she told the teacher, she think I tried to kill her, blah, 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 got arrested, blah, 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 did 3 days in jail, blah, 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 came back out, going in and out of court. Almost took me out for going in and out of court because I was already she was already removed from the home. So like that hurted me more than anything. And then
Mhm.
going in and out of court. So I'm having to clean out her room too, because we was in the process of moving too. So I'm cleaning out the room. I'm finding all these notebooks and journals. And then I realized reading journals, she was going through something that she never wanted to tell me about. And you know how hurtful that felt to ask your child every single day after school, how was school, how what happened with you and stuff like that. And she always tell you everything fine, everything good. But then she started talking about the other kids. That
Mhm.
was hurtful to
Mhm.
know that she was picked on, called out her name. It was nothing but jealous slurs her direction because how dark her skin was. I used to tell
Mhm.
my daughter how beautiful her dark skin was. And she went, I guess she didn't believe me because everybody else said different. I
Yes,
used to tell her how beautiful her hair was, how long, curly, and thick her hair was. They was hating on my baby at school because she had hair like that.
exactly. And I experienced that with my daughter. Like, um, even now, I always tell my children how beautiful they are. And they feel as their mother, I'm supposed to say that. And if they don't receive that external validation from everyone else, then they don't believe it. And so that goes back to early childhood. We should be made aware as babies and small children when we're sponges how important internal validation is and not external, because
Mm-hmm.
we put so much reliance on being validated from others and being validated from the world I
It's
will
put in
tell
the
you
media.
exactly. It's put in the media. But one thing I can say I have seen with other cultures, they build that confidence from early childhood on up with their children. And so they are very confident and they're very accepting of themselves and their feelings and their emotions. We have always been
Mhm.
taught to oppress ours, and they
Mhm.
have been taught it's okay to express yours.
Mhm.
And that's the disconnect. That's the breakdown. And that's why we got our kids lashing out and doing God knows what because they don't know how to express what they're feeling to mama, daddy, sister, uncle. Cut. They got the weight of the world against them.
Mhm.
Put pressure bust pipes.
Exactly. Every
I
time you got a ass whooping and they say, shut it up. Dry
shut
them
up.
tears up, fix your face.
Yes. And I was that child because mine's turned into rage. And this is something that I've never shared live before, but I'm gonna share it. 4 days after I turned 13, I was sitting in jail for attempted murder
At 14.
because I allowed my rage to take over. Now, granted, what happened to me was not my fault. It wasn't my fault. And I thought that I was protecting myself. But within that protection, rage took over.
Mhm.
And I blacked out.
Oh,
But
that's
what
deep.
saved me was the girl's mama, the girls who jumped me. Her mama got on that stand and said this was not her fault. She stood up for me because she knew what her children were out here doing. But for that lady to stand up for me the way that she did, and for her to see me, because I didn't know this lady, but for her to see me as a person, for her to see when I had a conversation with her, for her to see things in myself that no one, even my own parents, saw, I'm going to carry a place for that lady in my heart for the rest of my life. And she's transitioning, but she saw me. She saw me. So I'm asking parents out here today, see your children. They are individuals. Yeah,
Yes,
we
they
try to
are.
raise all of our children the same.
Ain't no one the same.
Ain't no one the same. And you just because they're growing up in the same household don't mean that they're gonna have the same exact experience.
Mm-hmm.
They are individuals. Cultivate that individuality because they gonna need it to take them
Yep.
to the next level in life.
Yep.
And that's something that we don't do. When the party happens for the adults, where all the kids go?
In the room.
In the room. We got to stop treating our children like they're not individuals, like they are not individually and uniquely and wonderfully made because we all are, not just adults. You know, we got to start seeing and treating it the way that it is. Um, I can go on and on about that, but I'm going to turn the flow back over to you. I'm going to turn the flow back over to you. But how is everything with your baby now going through that process?
My daughter, well, I really don't know because I was it's a restraining order put up against me, and that was tough too. But
Mhm.
you know, it was a result of what happened.
Mhm.
And I accept it, for right now because I know what I'm going through and the things that I'm doing to improve myself. And I was already working on that improvement during that time. Like I was literally, that was like the beginning phases of my journey, and
Mhm.
I was trying to show them that mommy is changing. Mommy is trying to be something different than what she used to be. Mommy is not the same person she was back in those days when y'all saw me like frustrated, cussing, fussing, but all that craziness, fighting
Mhm.
for her life and relationships and stuff like that, because I know they heard and saw it.
Mhm.
Like how I was when I was a kid, I heard and saw things. um so what I did was, when I did move to like the Wynwood area and I had finally broke it off with that guy, I was trying to work on them individually in the things that they liked. Like my son was still trying to figure out, because he was trying to be both me and my daughter at the same time. I was like, no, you got to find your way. Right
Mhm.
now, your sister found web design, watercolor markers and stuff like that, anime and the stuff of that nature. And I'm working
Yeah.
with her with that. And I was working on trying to find out how to work a business, because she wanted to run a business. I was like, cool, mommy want to run a business too. Let me figure out the logistics and stuff first
Mhm.
before I just throw you out there and yours just fail. And like
Mhm.
that change wasn't in her eyes. She saw me as the same woman that I was before all that. But anyway,
I mean, they
now
never
they all
do. They never do. Because if you had a conversation with my daughters, uh, I think when I gave up the expectation of people seeing my changes, that's when people started to see my changes. Um, it wasn't until recently my daughter came to me and she made a joke. She was like, I miss my old mom because she'll turn up, you know. But she was like, basically letting me know she see my changes.
that's
And
beautiful.
they have started to tell me more now, like they're proud of me and where I come from. Cause man, oh, and let me just say this to the world: that charge was downgraded to aggravated assault. Okay, it was downgraded to aggravated assault, but I digress. But once I took that expectation, I feel like it's a frequency thing. When we're looking for the validation and all of that, it's like we're willing it farther away. But when you just know that you're just walking in your truth and you don't care who the validation comes from because you validate yourself, that's when you
Yes.
attract everybody seeing the changes and all of that. I really don't be caring one way or the other. My mom be like, you don't care about nothing. I honestly don't care about nothing a part of this world right about now. I love my family, don't get me wrong, but nothing about this world, this economy, and this society is making me move right about now. Why? It's not
Exactly.
because I don't care, but I also know that if I allow it to seep in and change how I feel, then that's back to the external validation. I got peace within.
Mm-hmm.
I got peace within. So once you get that peace within, nothing on the outside is gonna move you.
At all. At all. That's why I was transparent about that story. I don't care no more. I
Mhm.
have dealt with it. I've healed from it. I'm
Yeah.
ready to heal the bond between my daughter if she's willing and when that time comes.
When the
Like
time,
I am over it. Long as me and her, even if she don't even accept my apology or want to bond with me, I have to accept that and be okay with it.
yes, absolutely.
So,
That's it. I love that for you, Tequila, because guess what? I don't feel like this is the end of that chapter. I feel like it's the end of that chapter, but I don't feel like it's the end of that story. And don't discredit what your daughter already knew about you beforehand because our children feel the love. They know the love. And that's even with parents who the traditional parents and that we just talked about, you know, even through the midst of all of that, our kids still love us like no other.
but let me stop you right there.
Come on.
Okay, just another thing that was like hurting me throughout the process. Like my son, that was my little my ears. He would come back to me every once in a while, be like, "Hey, mama, you know Tiana say she don't love you." I'm like, "What?" They used to hurt. She said she hates you. I was like daggers at my heart. Like, do she know how much I sacrificed for her? Do she know how much I went through these things for her? Do she know how many arguments I through with her daddy just for him to act right? Do she know the things that I've done? Like, I made a lot of sacrifices for you, young lady, and you don't even know it.
So
Just
what's the
because I
moral
don't
of
show it
it?
all the time don't mean I did.
But that's resentment. It's not that she don't love you. She resents you. Now, you could boggle yourself and keep asking yourself, why does she resent me? Or you can release that because guess what? We all still got to remember our soul came here with contracts that ain't got nothing to do with our parents and nothing else. So, as a mother, I had my daughter to tell me this was years ago, but she told me, um, I hate you. You the reason daddy don't want us.
Yeah.
And I was still in the moment where I was ready to, because girl, do you know what I have endured? But I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. But you know how that ripped my heart. It even shifted my perspective of how I saw my daughter for a moment.
I was there too.
Mhm. It because it hurt. It hurt. But I have learned now that my children are grown and older. Um, I used to try to carry so much of that weight that wasn't mine. That's them. Just like we endured ours and our
Mm-hmm.
trauma. Our trauma ain't our fault, but our healing is
Is
our
ours.
responsibility. And
Mm-hmm.
so I want you to release yourself because her healing is her responsibility.
Oh, I don't feel the hurt from it no more.
Hmm.
It back then it hurted bad, but like as time go on, like I told you before, like a lot of things don't bother me too much like they used to. And that's
Hmm.
why I'm able to go outside and do things that people would think like an insane person would do. And I don't give a who looking. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stand on top of my doggone AC unit outside and I'ma dance if I have my music on outside. Like I said, I get out there in that rain and I be doing all kinds of things. I know my neighbors be like, this lady is insane. Something wrong with her. I have my jars outside collecting rainwater. I use it
Yeah.
in the garden or I take it inside. I pray over it, all that moon water, make it moon water, etc., etc. My son, he even got into it. He was like, "Mama, it's raining." A
Yes.
couple of times, he done ran out there in the rain and was dancing. He was like, "Mama, you coming?" I'm like, "No, you do it this time by yourself. Let me see if you just doing it just for you and not because I'm doing it."
Yes.
He would do it. Then he wouldn't even care. Like, and that's the thing, that's what uplifts me and shows my growth that I'm pouring over into my son, that he
Yes.
sees, and that he also sometimes, like your daughters tell you that they proud of you. He say, "I'm proud of you, mommy." And when he say that, that be making me want to tear up a lot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he
Yes.
see me.
Like, yes, baby.
He
I
see me.
love that.
And like he he encourages me a lot. Even when I feel like I'm going down, he'll
Mm-hmm.
come in and be like, "Mommy, I feel you. Like I feel you." Like he feels energy. He's like, "Mommy, I feel you. Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I am." He's like,
Yeah.
"Mm-mm, mm-mm, I feel it."
He feel it. I love it.
And I have to tell him like, no, I'm not really feeling
I
this and
wish
that, because he
everybody
won't
could
walk
feel
away.
it. I wish everybody could feel and be because we all can. I just wish everybody could be aware of energy. I feel like
Hmm.
that will help the world in ways that, and it's just something so small. Um, but the lack of self awareness is really keeping us as a culture,
Hmm.
man. It's keeping us bound, and it makes my heart sad.
And
But I
it's
can't
only
be.
us.
Yes, yes, it is. It's absolutely us. Yep, it's absolutely us. And even the divide, I can go into the spiel of that, but I'm not even gonna go there. So I digress. Because
Okay.
we were gonna be on here a whole nother hour if I'd have said what I was gonna say. So what tools and practice and support systems have helped you the most? Because I know your journey as far as that. Because yeah, you my soul sister. Um, but the world don't know because a lot of people run from this, and it's because of oppression. It's because of um the lack of knowledge.
Knowledge. Hmm.
The lack of knowledge. Let's just call it for what it is. What are some tools and some practice and support systems that have helped you most on your healing journey?
So being on TikTok is what really helped me. Like I said, I started with Miss Tina, and then I gradually started moving on because I am a spiritual person,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I practice. I don't mess with no religion, and with that, I feel like they're all connected. We're all connected as one, and that's truly I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I also connected with these other two young ladies, Ermi and Rita, and I did a couple of Rita's classes. Rita has she has helped me so much. After Miss Tina, she cracked open some more doors, and I mean, she pried. It was the doors that was like I had like the vines on, like Miss Tina cut chipped away at the cement, and I just had the vines still on it. So she done pried through them vines, and I was like, and another good thing is crying.
Yeah,
Crying helps a lot.
it's a relief.
You write it out and you cry it out.
Yeah.
It helps tremendously. Journaling helped me a lot. I
It-
have recently stopped, but it does help.
yes, it's become so cliche to hear people say journaling now, write it out. And me being an author, I always advocate for writing it out. But people don't realize the power in that pen. That pen to paper, it's like magic. It's like
Literally.
magic, literally. Even as an author, I can sit here and type it on this computer all day long. I don't even do. I got notebooks that sleep in the bed with me. I will roll over and
My bad.
man, I will roll over and write it out. Crying, it's a release. People don't understand. You got the weight of the world on your shoulders, and then you cry. You release some stuff. You make room for yourself to be able to carry some more stuff, or you just make room, period. You know,
Exactly.
it's the small things for me. Water, the sound of water, or being able when
Hmm.
I'm feeling very agitated or I will go cut that water on in the sink and just rub my hands together. Do you know how soothing that is to me? And
It
that's what
does.
I love about spirit. See, religion, and this is my take. Religion teaches you to conform
Hmm.
everybody on the same path, doing the same thing in the same way. It to
Right.
me, religion is like an assembly line. And yet you're telling me that the most high source created us to be unique and wonderfully made. So for me, religion oppresses creativity. It oppresses. a lot of that. Spirituality, on the other hand, invites you to welcome it all.
Yeah.
It
Mm-hmm.
invites you to welcome it all and take what resonates for you
Exactly.
and leave everything else aside, because people talking about, I just don't know my way. Yes, you do. You just ain't listening. That intuition, it speaks
It's
volumes.
so point. It's
It
so point.
speaks volumes. You just gotta listen. And you got to stop allowing society to deter you from listening to it. Because once I started to learn to follow and trust what my body, my intuition, my soul was giving me, my walk became a lot lighter.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Became a lot lighter. And the soul don't die. But where a religion keeps you bound is with the thought of living eternity in the lake of fire. Your soul don't die, and you
Don't
know it's
die.
gonna live on, but then you might have to spin it in the lake of fire and brimstone. I wholeheartedly, and this is my perspective, y'all believe what you want, but I wholeheartedly believe that ain't no way in hell, your hell,
Come on,
or
I know
whatever,
where you going.
that God that loves me unconditionally, and I am
Mm-hmm.
the child, and you go send me to that place for eternity because I didn't follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Mm-hmm.
to your opinion of the best of my ability. And you say I was born into this sin, so I'm fighting against flesh. It just don't make,
From
it's
the
no
start.
logic there for me. It's no logic there for me, and I don't care who takes it what way. It's my truth. It's no logic there for me. So guess what? I wholeheartedly believe that being bound and being in hell, hell is a place that you create by
Yes.
not being aware of yourself
Yourself. Correct.
and depending on external validation to
Mm-hmm.
help you through this journey.
I feel like that's the damnation there. Once you start believing that you ain't who you are and you start suffering because you trying to live up to everybody's expectation, you never get there. Once you never get there, you still in a corner to figure out what's wrong with me.
Exactly, because ain't no way you telling me that my beautiful grandmama or my brother
On the
was
other
put
side.
here and suffered all this time just to die and go back and go be chosen to live in one or the other. Ain't no way. You ain't. And I can, that's a whole nother topic within itself, because guess what? We know.
We know.
We know.
We know.
So we not, I'm not even
That-
gonna go there tonight, but I do want people to say, study and show thyself approved. Stop being, fear keeps you bound. Fear. And
That
it's an
right
acronym.
there.
And I'm glad that that acronym came up, because this, my cousin that popped in
What is it?
earlier, my cousin
What
that
is
popped
it?
in earlier was the one, I was visiting him when the acronym came to play for me. I was literally visiting him, and I had went to the mall, and this acronym stood out to me. I'm finna pull it up, but it was a game changer for me. False
Facts
evidence
appearing. Oh, there
appearing
you go. Being
real.
real.
Yes,
False
false
evidence.
evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. False evidence appearing real.
And that's what Miss, that's another thing Miss Tina was praying out at me. Like this was the thing she would say was, okay, So when you was a baby and you took your first steps and you fell, you didn't know you was gonna fall, but you kept getting up and trying again. Okay,
Mhm.
so your first day of school, you was afraid to go in, but you went in, right? And everything
Mhm.
turned out okay, right? I was like, yeah. She said, okay, you was afraid to go take a driving to, like, it was like different scenarios. Like right now, I had the butterflies and stuff before I did the
Mhm.
podcast, but I'm doing very well right now, right? I'm
Uh-huh.
doing very well right now.
I
So
told you.
what's the problem? What's the problem? Like you enter in that relationship not knowing that person, but you end up sticking it through, whether it end up good or bad. And then what
Yeah.
happened after that? After that one messed up, you still end up going into another relationship not knowing that person and sticking it out again. So it's
Mhm.
like you keep doing it over and over. So why are you afraid for your accomplishments? Why are you afraid to step forward and take on those demons of you, what you need to face for yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tequila. As a child, I knew I was different.
Dude, me
As
too.
a child, I knew I was different. I knew that I didn't see things the way others saw them.
Mhm, mhm.
I also knew that, like, I've always had an interest in life after death, even as a child. But growing up in the church led me to believe, because my grandmama kept us in the church, baby.
Mhm.
Um, it led me to believe like death was final. Like I'm either going, I'm gonna be locked in heaven or I'm gonna be locked in hell. And let's be real about it. The way that the Bible, oh no, let me reframe that because it's
The way that
written
the
about the way
pastors,
that the pastor teaches, or the religion teaches that um heaven and hell is this, is like I'm gonna be locked in this box for eternity. My mind can't process that. I'm literally having anxiety attacks because, for one, this little human right here is claustrophobic. So you telling me I'm gonna be in a box is the first shutdown.
mhm,
The second shutdown is uh, I'm saying my intentions is to
mhm,
be right, and you telling me any change of course of action, anything that I do gonna land me
no,
there. I
mhm.
yeah, it was a lot for me. That was a lot for me. Even saying it out loud just gave me anxiety, girl. That was a lot for me. Um, and I will say that TikTok probably was created. Well, it was never created because it started as musically.
Uh-huh.
It started as musically, but no one knew the shift that it was going to
Mhm.
bring about, especially in our community. Now, granted, I don't get on there and listen to everybody because it is some just, but
Yeah,
it's
it ain't
balanced in
bad.
everything. It's balanced in everything. It's some good and it's some bad in everything. That's even
It's
in
the
your,
balance of the world.
even within your own self. I got light and I got dark. You got light and you got dark. Balance, yin and yang. Is that's what makes the world go round. That's just life. But no one knew the impact that it would have in waking up, bringing
Thou-
knowledge to the surface for the mass. Like it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yes, it is. I love it. I love it.
I love
Everybody
it.
sees it from the perspective that it's supposed to be. Like nobody, man.
Yes.
It's so sad to see the ones that still has not picked up on it, but at the same time, you can't take everybody with you. Can't
No.
take everybody with you.
And the only thing I tell anybody is be discerning. Be discerning when you're on that app. Because everybody ain't gonna give you what you need. And everything that I
Fact.
might need might not even resonate with you. You may not even need it. So be discerning. Take what only resonates with you. And when we speak of resonating, if it if you can feel it, if it makes sense to you, if it breaks logic, if it helps you elevate, that's what you take. If it ain't
Mhm.
doing nothing to move you, leave that shit right where it is
And
and keep
don't
it
try to
moving.
take everything because you feel like it's for you.
Because you're gonna spiral yourself in in a way that ain't beneficial to you. So absolutely. We're gonna have to have you come back, Zakila, because I enjoyed our conversation. But yes, talking about the grieving of being a child and the childhood traumas and working with their inner child, man,
Mhm.
that's a conversation that moves me a lot because, like I say, at my age, I had to create a safe space for my inner child, baby. She was going through some things, but
Look, actually work with my inner child a lot. Like those paintings that I do,
mm,
most of the times that's her. That's her coming
yes.
through.
Do you have one of your paintings near you? I would love for the world to see. She has
Uh,
some amazing paintings. I love your paintings, girl.
hold on, Fat Boy, can you bring some paintings? I'm gonna have my little helper bring some. And I've been
Yes.
sketching and drawing for the longest. But yeah, my paintings, like I have a lot of outlets: music, dancing, painting, drawing,
Mm,
journaling, crying, meditating. Like it's so many things.
yeah.
Meditating and praying, all of that, you know.
So I've writing has always been my go-to um with my outlet. But I am being called to do more movement, more dancing. So I've been dancing. I said I'm probably gonna go sign up for a little dance class or just um
What
get
happened
to
to
a
the
point
video?
where I'm okay with dancing outside by myself. Like I say, I'm still building.
Wait, the reason.
Beautiful. Yes. Ooh, I love that way. I ain't seen that way.
Cause it's I haven't been posting that one lately because I had did that so long ago.
I love that way. Yes. She does amazing artwork, y'all. So go on and
No.
purchase y'all some artwork because she does some amazing work, y'all. Yes. And where can they purchase your artwork at?
Well, right now I really don't have anything set up. I just have a cash out right now.
Well, guess what? We
I'm
go.
working through that.
I tell y'all what, if y'all want to purchase some artwork from her, reach out to me and I'm gonna connect y'all so y'all can purchase. Support your sister, support your own because she does some amazing artwork. Creativity is something that she is. She's very creative, and I love that for her. Keep working and cultivating your creativity. Maybe you can help me out with mine because growing up the way that I grew up, so rigid and so I grew up in a judgmental family. So it's either the way that they feel that it's supposed to be, or you get the nose turned up, or why you this or why you that, and you're shunned for having individuality.
Individuality. Yep.
And so that still affects me now to this day. Um, I'm just getting to the place, like I
Mm.
told you, where I no longer care what the world thinks about me. And so now I'm in a space of learning what do you really like. So I've taken a right. I just wrote my last project just literally came out this week. I ain't even posted about it, book wise. But I'm taking a pause from writing for myself right now because I want to learn what else I love outside of writing. So I'm always about cultivating and learning myself and learning within. I do love to make bracelets, so I said I was going to go back to making it, but I just want to learn what I like, what Keisha enjoy, what makes Keisha feel good, whether it's laying up in the bed eating some popcorn, whatever makes Keisha feel good. That's the journey that I'm on right now. So even if I'm gonna keep my podcast going because I love this.
Know
Um,
thyself.
yes. But if it's not aligning with me, I'm not doing it no more. I'm not doing it because the world wants to see it or because I started on this journey and I feel like I gotta keep this facade up or I gotta do it because the world expects to see that of me. No, I'm not doing it no more. That
Mm-mm.
is draining. I'm no longer
It
draining
is.
myself. I'm filling my cup. So we will definitely be talking again. So I'm so grateful to have had you on here with me tonight. We only scratched the small surface, but you got to come back for
Oh,
a part two. You definitely got to come back for a part two. Yes. Well, it's
it-
been such a pleasure. And let's see, you can connect with Phoenix on TikTok because that's where she mainly be at. Yep. So, what's your TikTok handle?
my TikTok handle is Phoenix Sunrise. I also have it under, you can find me as Tequila Realize, but it's with the a Z998 tequila, as in the drink, the actual drink, like on the
Mhm.
computer screen. Real Eyes, REALEYEZ 998.
Yeah.
And another reason why I picked Realize, because as a preteen, I like that saying, realize, realize, realize.
Yes.
That stuck with me forever. Like,
Yes.
realize, realize,
That go deep too.
realize. Uh-huh.
Realize, realize, realize. That's a whole word. That's a message right there.
And then it
Yes.
don't help. My last name is Riles, and when people will say my last name, they'll say realist. I'm like, how how you messed that up? It's Riles. Riles. In the dictionary, it says it the same way. Rile. If you put the S on it, it's Riles. Like, how you mess it up?
That neurological, we gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna have to get somebody out here. Let's talk about these neurological patterns, because baby, this is something powerful within itself too. Um, yes, that's why we gotta cultivate our mind, body, and
And
spirit.
spirit.
It all You can't cultivate your spirit and you not worried about your mind and your body. You can't cultivate your mind without the body. You can't cultivate your mind without the spirit. It all ties in together. And I got faith in us. We gonna get there. I don't know if we might be
Yes.
here to see the full blissfulness of it, but I feel like the path that we are on now has set the tone and the stage for it to do what it's gonna do and manifest the way that it needs to manifest throughout the remaining. I'm not gonna even say remaining, but for generations to come, you know,
Oh yeah.
for generations to come. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to even be a part of it.
Yeah,
Um,
because as we're waking up, we're teaching our kids how to wake up as well.
yes,
So it's gonna keep on.
absolutely. And just thinking back on my grandparents, they knew some things too. My grandmama, she just did it in silence because I ain't gonna lie, it's some things that I've witnessed and seen around in the culture thinks, oh, that's just superstition or that's just tradition. It was
Mm-hmm.
the whole workings, but I digress though.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to go on over here to TikTok and have a TikTok late night session. You hear me?
Right.
Cause
Go into all that. Yeah, because
yes, cause man,
people don't really understand. Like,
y'all don't even
mhm,
understand. They don't even understand. Man, they don't understand. And it's
some
right
things
there.
I done carried over myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the first thing they want to say is that's witchcraft.
Craft, yes.
Well, let's be real about it. This stone witchcraft too, because it's full of what? Crystals.
Not only that, the Black Mirror. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft. I'm so tired of that word witchcraft, baby. I don't know what to. I'm just tired of the fear. I really don't care about the words because I don't get into all of that. I don't have those conversations with people because when you know, you know. You know, you don't have to
Mhm.
go around trying to prove yourself and all this. And I still listen to my gospel music when I feel called to,
Exactly.
when I feel
Because
called
all
to,
that still play a part.
it all still play a part. When I feel called, whatever I feel called to, I'm gonna do it. So it don't even matter. But um, man, I just wish our people would know thyself, learn thyself, embrace thyself.
And that was what one of my latest paintings was about too. Like, let me put that one up there real quick. Like,
Yes,
she she basically was lost. She had to find.
yes, I love it. Oh, and I see how you got the masculine and the feminine energy in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
see that?
Yes. I love it. I caught that. Yes. Embracing the whole you because we all carry that masculine. That's what embrace it. Embrace it. I love you, sis. I love you. I
I love
do.
you too.
And I'm gonna see you over in our community.
All right.
Yes. And so I want to thank you all for tuning in with us with Let's Talk Grief. I'm
Thank you,
also gonna send it,
everybody.
and I also will send it out to you so that you can share it out to your people if you would like. Um but yeah, we will be coming back for a part two. We'll let y'all know, so y'all stay tuned. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night.
You too.